Happy Monday, guys. The only thing you have to do today is check your study guide. So your study guide should be 100% complete, and you are simply checking it to make sure your answers are correct. So a few of you missed our Zoom last, what was it, Thursday? I think we got through question number 7. So number 1, the answer was B because it's the smallest number. Number 2, since it says theoretically, then every time you toss a coin, regardless of what's happened in the past, you're as likely as not to get heads or tails because it's a 50% probability. Number 3, we said the answer is 2 because we converted 1/3 into something over 6 since a number cube has 6 sides. Since we can multiply 3 by 2 to get 6, if we multiply 1 by 2, we get 2. So 2 faces have A's on them. Number 4, we talked about the more experiments you perform, the closer experimental and theoretical probabilities match. Number 5, we talked about what could happen, which of these tools. So basically 2 outcomes. So B would be the right answer because every time you flip a coin, only 2 things can happen. Number 6, the answer is 1 because it's saying what's the probability of getting tails 20% of the time. Well, here we got tails once out of 5 times. If you divide 1 by 5, you get 0.2, which is 20%. The rest of them are all greater than 20%. And then number 7, we talked about what this tree diagram represents. So this would represent heads, heads, heads. This would be heads, heads, tails, heads, tails, heads, heads, tails, tails, so on and so forth. So how many times could Emerson toss at least 2 heads? That means 2 or more. Well, here would be 3. This one would be 3 times. This one would be 2 heads. This one would be 2 heads. And this one would be 2 heads. So the answer is 4. 4 different times it shows 2 or more heads. All right, so this is where we stopped on Thursday. A number cube with faces 1 through 6 is rolled 99 times. In theory, how many times would you expect to roll a number greater than 4? In theory, so there's 2 numbers on a number cube greater than 4. So 2 6, which is equal to 1/3. So basically, we want to know what is a third of 99. So basically, we're going to multiply 99 times 3, which is 99 over 3. And 99 divided by 3 is 33. So A. Number 9, a bag of Skittles contains 10 red, 12 blue, 15 yellow, and 8 green Skittles. A Skittle is drawn at random. What's the probability of picking a Skittle that is not green? So how many Skittles are there? There's 22, 22, 30, 45 Skittles. And if 8 are green, that means what? 37 are not green, and it asks for a fraction, decimal, and percent. So if we divide 37 by 45, we get 0.82, and that is 82%. Okay, did I add right? 12 plus 10 plus 15 plus 8 is 45. Yep. Okie dokie. Number 10, we did this in class the other day where we talked about the sums of rolling 2 number cubes. So we want to know the probability that the roll values on the number cubes have a sum of 5. Well, how many 5s are there? Well, there are 1, 2, 3, 4 5s out of 36. We can divide 4 and 36 by 4, and the answer is 1/9. The probability is 1/9 that we would get a sum of 5. Let's see, find the probability of, we're going to do two things, toss a coin and roll a number cube. So we have to multiply since we have two events. So the probability of getting heads is 1/2 times a 1 or 3. There's two signs on a cube that's either 1 or 3. So I have basically 1/2 times 1/3 because 2 6s equal to 1/3. So the answer is 1/6. Of course, I could write the answer as a decimal percent. And then it says, if you conduct 150 trials from part A, predict the number of times the outcome will be tails and a 1 or 2. Oh, excuse me, 1 or 3. Well, we already know what the probability is. So now we're going to multiply. We want to know what is 1/6 of 150. Well, 150 over 6. Can I simplify? Let's see, I can divide both of those by 2 at least, right? So I have 75 over 3. 75 over 3, and 75 divided by 3 is 25. Or I could have just divided 150 by 6. I would have got 25. So 25 times. Okie dokie. All right, number 12, the quality control engineer of cell phones found that 6 of every 60 cell phones are defective. Find the probability of defective cell phones. Well, if 6 out of every 60 is defective, if I divide both of those by 6, I get 1 over 10. Or basically that's 10% because it's 0.1. Suppose the company produces 2,500 devices a day. Predict the number of defective cell phones. So I could either set this up as two fractions, or to me, it's just easier to find out what is 10%, 0.10, 0.1, same thing. So 2,500 times 0.1 is 250. 250 cell phones are defective based on the results. I don't know why my pen keeps putting those lines, but anyway. All right, number 13, let me erase this mess. So here we have another tree diagram. So this represents 3 spins of the spinner. So this first line is the first spin. This is what could happen the second spin. And this happens, these show all the results of what happens after 3 spins. What is the probability that the 3 spins will be black, red, and white in that order? So the first thing we're going to do is figure out how many outcomes there are so we can know what our denominator is. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27. 27 outcomes, and we're looking for black, red, and white. So here's black, here's red, and the third spin, we're looking for white. Well, nowhere else on this chart, this whole tree diagram, does it happen again. So in that order, only once out of 27 times. If it said any order, that number would be bigger. All right, what about letter B? Oh, I just said that. All right, so 1 out of 27 for A, and then in any order, right? Any order. Well, here's red. I'm sorry, black and black. Nope, we don't want that one. Can't look at that one. Black, red, and white. So there's 1. Black, white, and red. There's 2. Red, black, and white. Not red and red. Nope. How about red, white, and black? And then it happens 2 more times over here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 out of 27. We could divide both of those numbers by 3. And we get 2 over 9, 2/9, or 22%, because 2 divided by 9 is 0.22222. All right, guys, I hope that helped. You guys are taking your test on Tuesday, November 16th at 10:30 live. So don't miss it. Okay, guys? All right, have a good day, and I will check in with you guys later.